Hello everyone, my name is Marco. I'm a singer, songwriter, voice teacher from Italy, living in New York City. Welcome back to Let's Talk About Singing. We are back with another reaction and vocal analysis, and today it's a really special one. Last month, Blue by Joni Mitchell turned 50. It's been 50 years since the release of that album. That album is a masterpiece. Blue is absolutely one of my all-time favorite songs, and I just want to guide you through it a little bit. If you're young and you're not familiar with Joni Mitchell, I definitely suggest you to listen to her music, dive into her world. She is a phenomenal artist. I'm particularly attached to this song. I actually recorded a cover of it. You can listen on my channel, Perfect Mark Music. But before we go into it, I just want to remind you that I'm offering a free online session, consultation, classes, whatever you need. Just hit me up at letstalkaboutsinging84@gmail.com or send me a private message on Instagram at perfectmark.music. If you want to listen to my songs, I would really love to hear your opinion about it. Look me up on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, whatever you use. Look up Perfect Mark, listen to my music, and give me your opinion. Now let's just listen to the magic of Joni Mitchell.
Songs are like tattoos, you know I've been to sea before. Crown and anchor me, or let me sail away.
What an intro. She's such an icon. So first of all, let's talk about the piano intro. You can tell right away that there is no actual tempo. Meaning she's not following a specific tempo. She's kind of free in the way she plays the chords and in the way she sings. In music we call this rubato, that's how the American says. In Italian is rubato, which means stolen, which means when you play an instrument or you sing without following a specific tempo. She's kind of like slowing down, speeding up. She's totally in her own world. And this goes on throughout the whole song. That first blue, that already sets the mood for what we're gonna have. This very creative melody, the atmosphere is already so melancholic and dreamy at the same time. If we actually look for the notes, we're covering an octave and a half step already. It's F sharp 4 to G4, to E4, a fifth down to A3, up a whole step to B3, down to F sharp 3. So a whole octave and a half step already in the very first word. The song is from 1971. Joni's voice in that period is so clear, so crisp, so bright. She uses a lot of switches of registers between chest and head, but even when she's in her upper chest, she already sounds almost like she's in head voice. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell when she is shifting because she uses her head voice in many different ways. Definitely, we can hear a little more breathy tone and quality when she says, sail away. You hear the little airy sound in the back of her voice. In this whole first verse, she's moving between the fourth octave and the third octaves. Lots of movements, lots of jumps of octaves, and lots of jumps of registers already.
Hey Blue, there is a song for you, ink on a pin, underneath the skin, an empty space to fill.
This song is just so beautiful. Ink on a Pin, underneath the skin, an empty space to fill in. I love that line. She is such a great lyricist, other than an incredible singer and songwriter. So many dynamics in this part. Hey blue, so soft. Here is a song. She switches up to head voice, raises her projection. For you, ain't gonna pin. And then she goes back softer on ain't gonna pin. So this whole song moves like waves in terms of switches of register, but also in terms of dynamics and in terms of jumps of octaves between the third and the fourth. There is so much movement.
Well, there's so many sinking now. You gotta keep thinking you can make it through these waves. Acid, booze, and ass, needles, guns, and grass. Lots of laughs. Lots of laughs.
Again, did you notice that there's not a particular tempo that she's following? She is speeding up and slowing down based on what she's saying, based on how she's feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually recorded piano and voice at the same time in one take. I mean, back in the day, that was kind of the way to go. Sometimes we can hear her voice in a way that she's almost talking, you know, acid, booze, and ass, needles, guns, and grass. She's literally throwing words out there. That part is so raw and so unpolished. It's incredible how she can sound so polished and beautiful and clean, and at the same time so raw and so straightforward. And again, she is following the dynamics of the piano with her voice. So whenever she speeds up, she's projecting a little more. And when she slows down, she also kind of pulls back with her voice.
Everybody's saying that hell's the hippest way to go. Well, I don't think so, but I'm gonna take a look around at the blue. I love you.
In this whole part, everybody's saying that hell's the hippest way to go. Well, you can really hear her real, pure, raw sound. It's chest voice. She is literally talking, even though she sounds incredibly beautiful. And then she kind of pulls back on her, but I'm gonna take a look around it though. She goes very soft, dynamics wise, and then blue, do 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 do. She's saying these notes with a little h in the middle, blue, and then she soars up in head voice with that I love you. And did you hear how wide her vibrato is? Joni Mitchell's vibrato is very particular. It almost fluctuates between two different half steps. When she says, I love you, it's very slow. And then she goes even higher on that I love you, and she enters the fifth octave on a D5, but again, with this very, very wide vibrato. And it's kind of like a distinctive element of her early sound, because her voice changed so much during the year. It got a lot raspier and lower. But Joni in the late 60s, early 70s, she sounds like an angel.
Blue, here is a shell for you. Inside you'll hear a sigh, a foggy lullaby. There is your song from me.
Mind-blowing. This performance is just incredible. In this final part, she goes back to jump in octave and switch in register. Here is a shell for you. All the way up there, all the way down there. And did you hear her vibrato? Very, very large vibrato. even in chest voice when she says lullaby, and she sustains these notes a lot. This song is so hard to sing breath support wise because it takes a lot of air to project head voice, and especially doing it with that vibrato, her breath support was really on point back then. And then again, she kind of pauses and then she says, there is a song for me. It's an exact octave. And then again, she holds this me. And sometimes, as I said before, I'm kind of confused. Is she in head voice? Is she in chest voice? This last me sounds so full and so projected that to me, it almost sounds like a maybe mixy chest, but it also has a lot of quality that are typical of head voice. I think that Joni's registers were really connected back in the day. As I said before, her chest voice is so bright and clear and so high placed already that when she switches to head, we kind of don't hear that much of a difference the way we hear in other singers. They maybe have a deeper tone and it's very obvious when they switch to head. I feel like her voice was already placed in a spot that was so high that for her to make the switch didn't really take that much, and the quality of the sound barely changed. Her tone is so angelic, is so incredibly bright, ethereal. When I talk about this song, I always say that this song for me is timeless. It's almost impossible to put it in a certain style or period of time. It could come out tomorrow and it would still be relevant and it would still be contemporary. It's so classic, and at the same time, it's so unique and so different from any other songs. That's what Joni was back in the day. The way she plays the piano is very particular. It doesn't sound like any other piano track. The way she used to play the guitar was also very particular. Her voice is absolutely unique and super recognizable. You know immediately that it's her. Her songwriting is so personal and again, so unique. You know that it's Joni. Switches of octaves, switches of register, going up, going down. This imagery with this beautiful lyrics full of metaphors and poetic images. It's really her. And I think this song is a total masterpiece. It gave me shivers the first time I heard it. I remember exactly the way it hit me and the way it made me feel and the way it marveled me. And I just wanted to listen over and over again. But even vocally, as you can tell, it's really hard to sing it. All these different changes, the intervals that she hits. This is not a regular pop song. Just to hit the right note, it takes a lot to memorize the intervals and nail them and deliver such a hard piece with a sound that it's so effortless and so pure. It really takes an incredible amount of talent, and she was just a phenomenal artist in every sense. As I said before, if you don't know Joni Mitchell, go listen to her stuff, go listen to her early records, and just learn from her. Because she is with no doubt one of the best singer-songwriters of contemporary music. Thank you guys. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments, what does this song mean to you? If you're a Joni fan, what did you feel the first time that you listened to it? Once again, I want to remind you, if you want a free online consultation, classes, coaching session with me, just hit me up at letstalkaboutsinging84@gmail.com or send me a private message on Instagram at perfectmark.music. And if you want to listen to my songs, look up Perfect Mark on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, whatever streaming service you use. I'm everywhere, and let me know what you think. I will see you soon with another reaction, another vocal analysis. This is Marco. Let's talk about singing. Ciao.